Hey, y'all, it's BREE Specific from What's the Word. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. here on YouTube and all other platforms as well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all of that. Thanks for watching.
Hey. What's up? What's the word?
Drake got 4 like classic albums.
I don't.
He does not.
I think
he absolutely does not. He absolutely does not.
Take Care, Nothing Was the Same.
I think he only has 1 classic album.
Now we got to rewind real quick. Outkast has 4.
But we got to take our turns because we can't be here all day with it.
Right.
But
let's go with Mike Jones.
All right. Outkast definitely has 4 because if you name their first 4 albums, like classics, like
name the 4.
Southern Playalistic, Cadillac Music, AT Aliens, Aquemini, Stank On You.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Like if you knocking any one of those albums, I don't think you really know music like that. So come on, like First Ballot Hall of Fame all day.
Then you can put Speaker Box and Love Below in there too, and that's just like that's the super commercial.
I think they got to run all the way up until what's that last one? Idlewild. Idlewild is just okay, but
that's like that's if you like Idlewild, I like the album, I like the movie. It's like super niche stuff.
Yeah, the movie dope. The album is the soundtrack is just okay to me.
Anybody else that come to mind for you to have 4?
Drake is up there. As much as I don't even like Drake's music that much. I'm gonna go with Nothing Was the Same.
I thought Drake was out of it though.
I'm gonna do Take Care. Views is another one.
I wouldn't put Views.
Y'all wouldn't put Views is definitely one of his classics. Views is definitely one of his classics.
Views trash.
It's like, come on, like that got some bops on that. I don't even like the album, but I know it's a classic. And then I'm gonna go with.
Don't say Scorpion.
No, I was gonna say Scorpion.
If you gotta do all that, it's not a classic.
See, I was gonna go with Drake too,
but
I'm tripping. But I don't know if What a Time to Be Alive counts.
I was finna say that. What Time to Be Alive, or If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
That's a mixtape technically.
I was gonna say if you're gonna go anywhere with Drake, so we talking about albums or projects?
Are we talking? Does mixtapes count?
The topic is 4 classic albums.
So we can't count if You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
I'm basing it off the standard that Hov and Kanye set. So Hov, you can put your hand in the bag and pick out whichever ones you feel. So Reasonable Doubt, Volume 2, Black Album, Blueprint, 444 for what it was, like
American Gangster.
So then if you do Kanye, obviously that 4 run, boom.
You do his first 4 albums.
The first 4. And then we ain't even got to Fantasy yet. You feel what I'm saying?
I took that Fantasy a classic. The Life of Pablo is a classic.
Life of Pablo is not a classic.
What?
It is not a classic.
Are you serious?
That is not a classic. No, it is not.
The Life of Pablo is a classic.
Life of Pablo is him looking over Chance's shoulder and saying, "Oh, that's what you doing? I bet I'm gonna do it first."
No, I was gonna say Life of Pablo like introduces hip hop to like a whole new sound.
What sound?
Now that you said like, let me look at Chance, it kind of.
He dropped Life of Pablo before Chance dropped the Coloring Book.
But that does not make not make it a classic.
If you listen to the Coloring Book, that is Chance's exact sound. And he just did it first. Life of Pablo is not a classic.
That does not make it a classic though.
Exactly.
So, and I hate to do this because I love Chance.
And y'all skipping over Kendrick. Like Kendrick got 4 classic albums.
Don't bring channels. Don't bring channels. Don't do that to Channel because you can't say that with that because you.
Don't do that.
Shout out to Channel.
Don't do that.
Shout out to Channel. But no, Life of Pablo is a classic.
It's definitely a classic.
You're
So I said that before Cody give his 4. I said that because I feel like Kanye, Hov give us the standard on what we should be looking at when the measuring stick comes to talking about a classic album.
Okay.
Body of work, commercial sales, significance in the culture. Kanye changed the sound 3-4 times. He went from 808s and Heartbreak to Yeezus to Life of Pablo.
That's a fact.
So he's a chameleon in the game. And we way past graduation, late registration. You feel me? Like Kanye's cemented. He sold. Jay-Z sold. Go.
It was written a classic?
From Nas?
Yeah.
No.
It depends on who you ask. Like to me, like I didn't like Nas in real time. I didn't get on the Nas
same thing
until later.
Yeah.
It's an incredible album. I know people that say it is, and I know people that say it's not. So I don't know. I'm up in there. Nas is in my top 10. He ain't even in my top 5. So
okay.
I thought somebody argued that Future had 4.
4 classic albums. Because we don't know what
we saying strictly albums.
We don't know what's an album though. Because it's 56 Nights an album.
Now,
no, 56
y'all
Nights
keep skipping over Kendrick Lamar.
I was gonna go to Kendrick. That's my next go to. But she mentioned Future.
I'm like nowadays you can count mixtapes as albums now because you can buy them now.
Does Eminem have 4 classics?
Yeah.
No.
4? No.
Eminem?
No.
Kendrick has
Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show.
8 Mile.
That's a soundtrack. I wouldn't count that as his album. He has 3, and I really like Relapse. Relapse was huge. So depending on who you ask, you can count that as a classic, maybe. Depending on who you ask. But I would say 3 strong.
That's extra hip hoppy. You gotta be an extra hip hoppy to know Relapse.
No, that was I'm Not Afraid. No, that stuff with Rihanna. That was
that was nice.
Yeah. It wasn't.
I feel like
stay with Kendrick though. Go with Kendrick.
I mean,
make the case.
I mean, you got To Pimp a Butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
You Good Kid.
You got Good Kid, Mad City.
Uh-huh.
You got.
And now you got.
You can say GNX.
Is this a classic now? Are we stamping it as a classic?
You can say Mr. Morale.
I was going to say Mr. Morale.
No way.
I ain't like Mr.
The reason why I say Mr. Morale is because that's something that hits later. It's not big on pop singles. It's not big on those type of records. It's like a 444. You got to be going through it or doing the work on yourself to really get those records. Mm. Now, I don't even think you get him winning this battle as handedly as he does without Mr. Morale. Because you got to know yourself to pick somebody else apart like that. Like, I know my flaws, so I know you ain't about to talk about me like that for him to dismantle Drake the way that he did. So, to me,
Mr. Morale is a good ass album.
I believe the reason that we with GNX so much is because we wasn't feeling Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So we gravitate into the album now more. I feel like it has the very baby steps of walking into becoming a classic. It's still early.
I mean,
the jury's still out.
If you ask me, every album that Kendrick dropped was a classic.
But you're a Kendrick fan.
Starting with Section 80.
But you're a Kendrick fan.
Not even just being a fan, just if you listen to the music. If y'all name all the albums and projects that y'all said that was a classic, if you put his discography, a lot of them his is better than a lot of them y'all name.
Oh, for sure. So I love Kendrick.
Yeah. And Section 80 is a classic project. Like, that's a classic album. Then you got Good Kid.
But the thing is, though, I don't think they count Section 80 as a...
That's his debut. That Section 80 is his debut album.
I don't know. Some people say it's a mixtape.
It depends on, like, it's either or. Because, like, the thing about it, TDE sold they mixtapes. Like, they mixtapes were never just exclusively on, like, Dat Piff or nothing like that. You could buy them joints. So, it depends on the marketing that you believe. Is that the first one or is Good Kid the first one with Interscope? So
are we agreeing that Kendrick has 4 classic albums?
Sure.
No.
What?
I'm not with that.
I can't.
I'm not with
that. To say Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is not a classic,
it's not.
What about the Black Panther soundtrack?
What about DMX, bro?
Huh? DMX has 3.
He got 3, right?
He got 3 out the gate. I'll say after that last album, what is it? I can't think of the name of it because it's Dark as Hell is High, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and then the one that got What These Going on it. I can't. And then there was X. I think after that his discography falls off. Like, it's cool, but it ain't the red high heat that he was putting out at first. So I think he might have 3 solid ones.
No Tupac, no Nas.
Tupac, no, because you got
J. Cole,
you got Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me.
You such a hater.
Nope. Nah, J. Cole 4.
J. Cole, no.
J. Cole.
I'm not saying J. Cole do. He's always J. Cole me.
All right, if J. Cole has 4, what are they?
It's me. Because to me, I would say Wayne have 4 because the collab with Like Father Like Son is a classic album.
I would pick Wayne over J. Cole.
Go back and listen to it.
I think I got to pull out that's a super hip hoppy take right there because like you got to know that like Wayne was really spitting, but it didn't have the impact because it was basically like a midpoint between Carter 2 and Carter 3. It was a holdover.
Like Father, Like Son.
It's a classic album.
They had the streets on.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
they had the streets on Choco.
I think it's mixtapes that he got that are considered higher quality than that.
Oh wait, because will we put No Ceilings in there?
That's a mixtape.
That's a mixtape. He dropped other people's beats.
No,
we're not talking projects. We're talking classic albums.
Yo, input is always. Can we put
Like
this
Father, Like Son?
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
And Wayne's run from 2004 to 2000. Carter 3 is 2008. Yeah. So 2004 to 2008 is probably unprecedented.
Because if you count, if we was to count Carter 3 as a classic, Like Father Like Son would have to be a classic because Like Father Like Son is better than Carter 3.
No, it ain't. No, it's not. No,
yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm with bro. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The reason why Carter 3 is better than Like Father Like Son is this is me seeing this in real time, buying this album and being out because I'm mostly older than everybody in this room. I remember going to Best Buy and going to get Carter 3, and it wasn't like 3 albums left in the display. And this is a huge display. Lollipop is everywhere. That boy was on fire.
That's the first time he did $1 million a week. I was working at Best Buy still in that record.
Hold on. That's the commercial component because any classic kind of got to have a commercial component to it because you got to hold it up and say the sales is there because there's always somebody, well, I ain't know about that album. Well, with this, the sales is there. Taking that back to Like Father Like Son, yeah, the album was cool, but Baby kind of like is he kind of weighs that album down, and people wasn't rushing to go get it. They got it off the strength of Wayne. Once Carter 3 came, everybody was like, I'm going to get this album based off of a Millie for the streets and Lollipop for the club.
So we are agreeing that Wayne has four classic albums.
Wait, y'all never named them though. We haven't named 4.
I was outside from Wayne Run. I can't speak with nobody. Well, you can speak. I was outside from Wayne Run. I was outside every day. Every time Wayne dropped every mixtape, I was outside running around, hooping, running the bike, trying to get some vagina. I was doing everything at 16, 17 when Wayne had his run, bro. Mm-hmm. The Carter 3 did what it did off expectations from the leaks. That's just being what it was. The leaks, all them leaks had all them leaks that was dropping had the streets in the chokehold, like Prostitute Fling, I Feel Like Dying. We could go through.
I got a question for
that shit. That's why we were so thirsty for the Carter 3 because the leaks had the streets on hold, on chokehold.
All right, to go to your point, I got a question for y'all. Is Carter 3 still what it is without Like Father Like Son?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I don't think so.
Why not, Chris?
We didn't even know that was coming.
Carter 3?
No. Like Father Like Son. We didn't even really know that was coming. Carter 3 would have been the same off the leaks and the mixtapes. You don't need, for Wayne's run, if that album don't exist, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
I don't think one had nothing to do with the other. I wouldn't say like Father Like Son boosted. I want to say the anticipation for the Carter 3 itself was those leaks because those leaks.
Right. But if we saying Like Father Like Son is a classic and you can take it out of his discography and he's still the same dude, it don't mean nothing. We're not saying it don't mean anything.
But it
ain't as heavy if Wayne is gonna still be the same guy. I
could take the Carter 3 out of Wayne in discography and be happy.
And be straight.
But he's not Wayne.
Y'all
are
can't
do that. He's not
Wayne. You can't do that.
Why can't we just count both of them in the top 4?
You know why? You know why I could take the Carter 3 out that discography? Why? Because I can go get 10. It's Carter 3 got like 10, 12 songs, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
I can go get the same amount of songs that was leaked and put it against that album. That was the songs that was supposed to be on the album. If I put them against to the album, it is on the album.
And bro, I cannot unhear Leather So Soft. I cannot unhear We Over Here Hustling. Right. I cannot unhear
the Carter 3 don't even have interludes, bro.
Chrome Dot 1100. What I'm doing, getting money. I can't unhear. I got the shoes with the matching fit.
Fair enough.
I got the shoes with the
I get what y'all saying, but at the end of the day, we gotta talk about reality.
You gotta know what you're talking about.
I was prepared to come in here and not give Wayne 4, but
Wayne has 4.
But he has 4.
Wayne has 4. Yay, Wayne! Yes.
Sorry, Bree.
Yay, Wayne!
I want to get back. I definitely want to touch on this with my and who want to join the conversation. When we start talking about the Carter 3, we start talking about classic Wayne.
That's classic Wayne.
Carter 3 don't have no interludes.
You need
Why
interludes?
did you just bring that back up? Why do we need interludes?
Like, for that,
the first 2 Carters that were classics had breaks in them.
That's what made the storyline was the whole
word.
Who cares?
Now you said Dr. Carter has an interlude.
Now you gotta be going down the whole path because if we keep it in the buck, them albums ain't really telling no story. It's just he rapping.
He rapping, but those interludes.
But
Man,
but when you get to the Carter 3, that's the crown jewel. That is the culmination of all his accomplishments from 04. Matter of fact, you can even take it back to 02 when he first started changing his style to 08. That is you need that. You can't just drop that off. Nah, it ain't got the interludes where he rapping about the build and all that. But he going toe to toe with Jay-Z. He giving you hits, bangers after bangers after bangers. He rapping his ass off at a high level and selling. That I don't see how you can let that one go.
Bro, ain't no way that you can let the beat build go away. And like or a Millie or like Phone Home, Mrs. Officer. Come on now. You're not letting the Carter.
Dr. Carter. Come on.
Dr. Carter. Come on, even Lollipop. I don't even like Lollipop, but
Lollipop had the streaks in the chokehold too.
Oh man, them clubs was banging.
Yeah.
They had this in the show.
Me being on the psychiatrist of this whole conversation is giving like y'all inner son, like the inner child in y'all is just not letting them win this argument. But
no, I
gotta give it to Mike Jones and Chris. Y'all won on this one. But at the end of the day, we all have agreed that Wayne has 4 classic albums.
We still haven't agreed.
Yes, we have.
And what's the 4?
The first 2 Carters.
Yeah.
Carter 3. Like Father, Like Son. Yay, Wayne.
He got 4.
I'll put the Carter 4.
And because of that, we about to go to commercial. We about to go to commercial break.
No, bro.
We going to commercial break. We have commercial break.
What's up? What's the word?